Have you ever looked at your life and wondered, why is everything the way it is? Maybe you've noticed some people seem to breeze through life, while others struggle. What if I told you that the secret to understanding your reality lies within you? Yes, that's right. Your personality is the key to unlocking the mysteries of your personal world. Imagine your personality as a master builder. Every thought, every feeling, and every action you take is like a brick in the grand structure of your life. Some bricks are strong and beautiful, while others might be a bit wobbly. But together, they create the unique masterpiece that is your reality. Now, you might be thinking, wait a minute, I didn't choose to be shy, or I didn't decide to worry all the time. And you're right, we don't always consciously pick our personality traits. But here's the exciting part. Once we understand how our personality shapes our world, we can start to make changes. It's like being handed the blueprints to your life's building and realizing you have the power to renovate. Let's break it down a bit. Your personality is made up of all the little things that make you, well, you. It's how you react when someone cuts you off in traffic. It's the way you approach a new challenge at work. It's even in how you choose to spend your free time. All these little pieces come together to form your unique personality puzzle. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Each of these personality traits doesn't just sit there doing nothing. Oh no, they're busy at work, influencing every choice you make and every action you take. And guess what? Those choices and actions, they're the building blocks of your reality. Think about it. If you're naturally curious, you might find yourself constantly learning new things, which could lead to exciting opportunities. If you tend to be cautious, you might make safer choices, which could result in a more stable life. Neither is inherently better than the other. They just create different realities. But here's the kicker. Your personality isn't set in stone. Sure, some parts of it might feel pretty fixed, like whether you're an introvert or an extrovert. But many aspects of your personality can change and grow over time. And that means you have the power to shape your reality in new and exciting ways. Now, let's dive a little deeper and explore how this idea connects to spirituality. Don't worry, we're not going to get all mystical and hard to understand. We're talking about practical spirituality here, the kind that can make a real difference in your everyday life. In many spiritual traditions, there's this idea that we're all connected to a greater whole. Some people call it the universe. Others might say it's a higher power or cosmic energy. Whatever name you give it, the basic idea is that there's more to reality than just what we can see and touch. So, how does your personality fit into this bigger picture? Well, think of it like this. Imagine the universe as a giant radio station, constantly broadcasting all sorts of frequencies. Your personality is like your personal radio receiver, tuned to pick up certain frequencies better than others. If your personality tends towards positivity and optimism, you might be better at tuning into the good vibes the universe is sending out. You'll notice more opportunities, feel more gratitude, and generally experience a more uplifting reality. On the flip side, if your personality leans towards negativity or pessimism, you might find yourself more attuned to the challenging or difficult broadcasts, leading to a reality that feels more struggle. But remember, just like you can adjust the dial on a radio, you can also adjust your personality's tuning. It takes practice and patience, but it's absolutely possible to shift your frequency and start picking up more of the good stuff the universe is putting out there. Now, let's talk about energy for a moment. In spiritual circles, you'll often hear people talk about vibrations or energy frequencies. Don't let these terms scare you off. They're actually pretty simple concepts when you break them down. Every thought you have, every emotion you feel, and every action you take has its own energy or vibration. Happy thoughts have a high, light energy. Angry thoughts have a more dense, heavy energy. Your personality, with all its unique traits and tendencies, creates a kind of overall energy signature that's uniquely yours. Here's where it gets really cool. According to many spiritual teachings, the energy you put out into the world is the same energy you attract back to yourself. It's often called the law of attraction. So if your personality tends to generate a lot of positive, high-vibe energy, you're more likely to attract positive experiences and people into your life. This doesn't mean that if you're going through a tough time, it's because you're a bad person or you're doing something wrong. Life has its ups and downs for everyone, but understanding this connection between your personality, your energy, and your reality can be a powerful tool for creating positive change in your life. Let's use an analogy to make this clearer. Imagine your personality is like a garden. Some parts of your garden might be full of beautiful flowers. These are your positive traits and habits. Other parts might have some weeds. These are the aspects of your personality that you might want to work on. Now, the energy you put out into the universe is like the scent from your garden. A garden full of fragrant flowers is going to attract butterflies, bees, and maybe even admiring neighbors. A garden overrun with weeds might not smell so great and might attract pests instead. But here's the important part. You're the gardener. You have the power to tend to your garden, to nurture the flowers and pull out the weeds. It takes work, sure, but the results can be amazing. As you cultivate more positive aspects of your personality, you'll start to notice your reality shifting to match this new, sweeter scent you're putting out into the world. Now that we've covered the basics, let's look at some real-life examples of how your personality creates your personal reality. These are everyday situations that you might recognize from your own life or the lives of people you know. First, let's consider Sarah. Sarah has always been a bit of a worrier. She tends to overthink things and often imagines the worst-case scenario. This personality trait affects her reality in several ways. When an opportunity for a promotion comes up at work, Sarah hesitates to apply. She's so worried about failing or not being good enough that she talks herself out of even trying. As a result, she misses out on a chance to advance her career and increase her income. But Sarah's worry doesn't just affect her work life. It spills over into her relationships too. When she starts dating someone new, her tendency to worry makes her overanalyze every text message and interaction. She might misinterpret a delayed response as a sign of disinterest or read too much into a casual comment. This creates tension in the relationship and can sometimes lead to unnecessary arguments or even the end of promising relationships before they really have a chance to develop. Now, this doesn't mean Sarah is doomed to a life of missed opportunities and troubled relationships. Remember, personality can change and grow. If Sarah recognizes how her worry is shaping her reality, she can start to work on developing more confidence and trust. As she does this, she'll likely find that new opportunities start opening up, both in her career and her personal life. Let's look at another example. Meet Tom. Tom is naturally curious and loves to learn new things. This personality trait leads him to constantly seek out new information and experiences. At work, Tom's curiosity drives him to learn about different aspects of the business, even those outside his specific role. This broader understanding makes him a valuable employee and often leads to interesting projects landing on his desk. In his personal life, Tom's curiosity means he's always up for trying new things. He takes cooking classes, tries out different sports, and loves to travel to new places. As a result, Tom's life is full of varied experiences, and he's constantly meeting new people who share his interests. But it's not all smooth sailing for Tom. His curiosity sometimes leads him to start more projects than he can finish, or to spend money on new hobbies that he later abandons. However, because Tom understands how his personality shapes his reality, he's able to put systems in place to manage these tendencies. He might set a budget for trying new things, or make a rule that he has to finish one project before starting another. Now, let's consider a third example. This is Maria, who has a naturally positive and optimistic personality. Maria tends to look for the good in every situation and believes that things will generally work out for the best. This outlook significantly impacts her personal reality. When faced with challenges at work, Maria sees them as opportunities to learn and grow rather than insurmountable obstacles. This attitude not only helps her navigate difficult situations more easily, but also makes her a popular team member. People enjoy working with her because her positivity is infectious, and she often boosts team morale during tough projects. In her personal life, Maria's optimism helps her bounce back quickly from setbacks. If a relationship ends, she's able to focus on the lessons learned and the good memories rather than dwelling on the pain. This resilience allows her to remain open to new relationships, increasing her chances of finding a compatible partner. Maria's positive outlook also affects her health. Studies have shown that optimistic people tend to have stronger immune systems and recover faster from illnesses. So Maria's sunny disposition might actually be contributing to her physical well-being. However, Maria's optimism isn't without its challenges. Sometimes, her tendency to expect the best can lead her to overlook potential problems or take unnecessary risks. She might not save as much money as she should because she always believes things will work out financially. Or she might trust people too quickly, occasionally leading to disappointment. The key for Maria is to balance her natural optimism with a healthy dose of realism. As she becomes aware of how her personality shapes her reality, she can work on developing a more nuanced approach that maintains her positive outlook while also preparing for potential challenges. These examples, Sarah, Tom, and Maria, show us how different personality traits can shape our realities in profound ways. But remember, these traits aren't destiny. By understanding how our personalities influence our lives, we gain the power to make changes where needed and to lean into the aspects of our personalities that serve us well. Think about your own life for a moment. Can you see how your personality traits have shaped your reality? Maybe you're naturally outgoing, which has led to a wide circle of friends and exciting social opportunities. Or perhaps you're detail-oriented, which has helped you excel in your career but sometimes causes stress when things don't go exactly as planned. The beauty of understanding this connection between personality and reality is that it puts you in the driver's seat of your life. You're not just a passive observer, watching your life unfold based on some predetermined personality. You're an active participant, with the power to shape both your personality and your reality. This doesn't mean you need to completely overhaul who you are. It's not about becoming a different person, but rather about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about recognizing the aspects of your personality that are creating the reality you want and nurturing those traits. At the same time, it's about identifying the parts of your personality that might be holding you back and working to adjust those bit by bit. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. Your personality and your reality are constantly evolving. The goal isn't to reach some perfect end state, but to engage in an ongoing process of growth and self-discovery. As you become more aware of how your personality creates your personal reality, you'll find yourself making choices that align more closely with the life you want to live. So, take a moment to reflect on your own personality. What are your strengths? What are the traits that have led to your biggest successes and happiest moments? How can you lean into these more? And what about the aspects of your personality that might not be serving you well? How might your reality change if you could shift these, even just a little bit? As we move forward in this video, we'll explore more deeply how specific aspects of your personality, like your beliefs, emotions, and habits, contribute to shaping your reality. We'll also look at practical steps you can take to start actively shaping your personality and, by extension, your personal reality. Remember, you have more power than you might think to create the life you want. Your personality isn't just something you're born with and stuck with forever. It's a tool you can use, a garden you can tend, a masterpiece you can continually refine. And as you do this work on yourself, you'll find your reality transforming in amazing ways. So, are you ready to dive deeper? Are you ready to explore the incredible potential that lies within you? Let's continue on this journey of discovery as we unravel the fascinating connection between your personality and your personal reality. Let's dive into one of the most powerful aspects of your personality, your beliefs. Your beliefs are like the colored lenses you wear to view the world. They tint everything you see, influencing how you interpret events, people, and even yourself. And here's the kicker. These beliefs are shaping your reality in ways you might not even realize. Think about it for a moment. What do you believe about yourself? About others? About the world in general? These beliefs aren't just idle thoughts floating around in your head. They're active forces, constantly at work, molding your experiences and your reality. Let's say you believe that you're not good at public speaking. This belief isn't just a thought. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. When you're asked to give a presentation at work, that belief kicks in. Your hands might get sweaty, your heart might race, and you might stumble over your words. The presentation doesn't go well, which then reinforces your belief that you're not good at public speaking. See how that works? Your belief created a reality that matched it. But what if you believed you were a confident and engaging speaker? You'd approach that same presentation with a different energy. You might feel excited rather than nervous. You'd likely prepare more thoroughly and deliver your message with confidence. The outcome? A much better presentation, which then reinforces your belief in your speaking abilities. This is just one example, but beliefs touch every area of our lives. If you believe the world is a hostile place, you'll likely notice more negative events and interpret neutral situations as threatening. On the flip side, if you believe the world is full of opportunities, you're more likely to spot chances for growth and success. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. Many of our beliefs are so deeply ingrained that we don't even realize we have them. They're like the background music of our minds, always playing, but rarely noticed. These are often beliefs we picked up in childhood or through significant life experiences. They might be beliefs about our own worth, about what's possible for us, or about how the world works. So how do we start to identify these hidden beliefs? One simple exercise is to pay attention to your self-talk. What do you say to yourself when faced with a challenge? When something good happens? When something bad happens? These internal dialogues can give you clues about your underlying beliefs. Another way to uncover your beliefs is to look at the patterns in your life. Do you always seem to end up in similar situations? Do you keep facing the same challenges over and over? These patterns often point to underlying beliefs that are shaping your choices and actions. Once you start to identify your beliefs, you might find some that aren't serving you well. Maybe you believe you're not smart enough to pursue that degree you've always wanted. Or perhaps you believe you don't deserve a loving relationship. These limiting beliefs can hold you back from creating the reality you truly desire. The good news is that beliefs can be changed. It's not always easy, especially for those deep-rooted beliefs, but it is possible. The first step is simply becoming aware of the belief. Once you shine a light on it, you can start to question it. Is it really true? Where did this belief come from? How has it been influencing your life? Next, you can start to consciously choose new beliefs that better serve you. If you've always believed you're not creative, you might choose to believe that creativity is a skill that can be developed. If you've believed that success always requires struggle, you might choose to believe that success can come easily when you're aligned with your passions. Changing beliefs takes time and practice. It's like learning a new language. At first, the new beliefs might feel awkward or false. But as you consistently choose to think and act in line with these new beliefs, they'll start to feel more natural. And as your beliefs shift, you'll start to notice your reality shifting to match. Remember, your beliefs are a powerful part of your personality. By becoming aware of them and consciously choosing beliefs that support your dreams and goals, you're taking a big step towards creating a reality that truly reflects who you want to be. Now, let's talk about emotions. If beliefs are the lenses through which we view the world, emotions are the colors that paint our experiences. They're a vital part of your personality, and they play a huge role in shaping your reality. Think about how different the world looks when you're happy compared to when you're sad or angry. When you're in a good mood, problems seem smaller, people seem friendlier, and opportunities seem to pop up everywhere. But when you're feeling down, those same problems can feel overwhelming. People might seem hostile, and opportunities? What opportunities? This isn't just about perception. Your emotions actually influence the choices you make and the actions you take, which in turn shapes your reality. When you're feeling confident and excited, you're more likely to take risks, reach out to new people, or try new things. These actions open up new possibilities and experiences, expanding your reality. On the flip side, when you're feeling fearful or insecure, you might hold back, stay in your comfort zone, or avoid social situations. While this might feel safer in the moment, it can limit your experiences and opportunities, creating a more restricted reality. But here's where it gets really interesting. In many spiritual and personal growth teachings, emotions are seen as a form of energy or vibration. The idea is that each emotion has its own frequency, and this frequency attracts experiences of a similar nature. Think of it like this. Imagine you're a radio tower, constantly broadcasting a signal. Your emotions are the frequency of that signal. When you're broadcasting a frequency of joy, you're more likely to tune into and attract joyful experiences. When you're broadcasting a frequency of anger, you're more likely to encounter situations that trigger more anger. This doesn't mean you should try to be happy all the time. That's not realistic or even healthy. All emotions have their place and purpose. Sadness helps us process loss, fear can keep us safe from genuine threats, and even anger can motivate us to make necessary changes. The key is to become more aware of your emotions and to learn how to manage them effectively. This is what we often call emotional intelligence, and it's a crucial part of creating a positive reality. First, practice emotional awareness. Throughout the day, take moments to check in with yourself. How are you feeling right now? Can you name the emotion? Where do you feel it in your body? Just this simple act of noticing your emotions can help you start to understand them better. Next, try to accept your emotions without judgment. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking some emotions are good and others are bad. But remember, all emotions are just information. They're telling you something about your experience of the world. When you can accept your emotions without getting caught up in them, you gain valuable insights about yourself and your situation. Another powerful technique is reframing. This involves looking at a situation from a different perspective to shift your emotional response. For example, if you're feeling stressed about a big project at work, you might reframe it as an exciting opportunity to showcase your skills. Same situation, different emotion, different energy, and likely a different outcome. Practicing gratitude is another excellent way to shift your emotional state and, by extension, your reality. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you naturally tune into more positive frequencies. This doesn't mean ignoring problems or challenges, but rather choosing to also acknowledge the good things in your life, no matter how small. Finally, remember that you have the power to choose your response to any situation. Between any event and your reaction to it, there's a space. In that space lies your power to choose how you'll respond. By consciously choosing your response, you're choosing the emotional energy you're putting out into the world, and that shapes the reality that comes back to you. As you become more skilled at managing your emotions, you'll likely notice shifts in your reality. You might find yourself handling challenges with more ease, attracting more positive experiences, and feeling a greater sense of control over your life. Remember, this isn't about suppressing negative emotions or forcing yourself to be positive all the time. It's about developing a healthier, more balanced emotional life. It's about using the full spectrum of your emotions as tools for understanding yourself and navigating your world more effectively. Your emotions are a powerful force in creating your personal reality. By learning to work with them consciously, you're tapping into an incredible source of personal power and creativity. You're not just reacting to life. You're actively participating in creating it. Now, let's zoom in on a part of your personality that might seem small but has an enormous impact on your reality: your habits and daily actions. These are the little things you do day in and day out, often without even thinking about them. They might seem insignificant in the moment, but over time, they shape your life in profound ways. Think about it like this: your life, your personal reality, is like a giant mosaic. Each tiny tile in that mosaic represents one of your daily actions or habits. Up close, each tile might not seem like much. But when you step back and look at the big picture, you see how all those little pieces come together to create the overall image of your life. Your habits touch every part of your life. The way you start your morning, how you approach your work, what you eat, how you interact with others, how you spend your free time. All of these are made up of habits and repeated actions. And each of these habits is constantly reinforcing certain aspects of your personality and shaping your reality. Let's look at a few examples to make this clearer. Say you have a habit of hitting the snooze button multiple times every morning. This small action might seem harmless, but over time, it can have big impacts. It might make you constantly rushed and stressed in the mornings, affecting your mood for the rest of the day. It could make you late for work, affecting your job performance and relationships with coworkers. It might even impact your self-image, reinforcing a belief that you're not a morning person or that you lack discipline. On the flip side, Imagine you have a habit of waking up 15 minutes early to meditate or do some light exercise. Over time, this habit could lead to decreased stress levels, improved focus at work, better physical health, and a more positive self-image. See how one small habit can create ripple effects throughout your reality. Here's another example. Let's say you have a habit of complaining about your job every day when you get home. This habit doesn't just affect your mood. It can shape your entire experience of work. The more you complain, the more you train your brain to focus on the negative aspects of your job. This could lead to decreased job satisfaction, strained relationships with coworkers, and missed opportunities for growth or advancement. It might even affect your home life, as your negative mood spills over into your personal relationships. Now imagine instead that you have a habit of reflecting on one thing you're grateful for about your job each day. Over time, this habit could help you appreciate your work more, notice opportunities you might have missed before, and improve your relationships at work. It could lead to increased job satisfaction, better performance, and even career advancement. Plus, it would likely have positive effects on your mood and your relationships outside of work. The power of habits lies in their consistency. It's not about making huge, dramatic changes all at once. It's about making small, consistent changes that add up over time. Remember, you're not trying to create a perfect life overnight. You're gradually shifting your reality through the power of your daily choices and actions. So how can you start harnessing the power of habits to shape your reality? Here are a few strategies. First, become aware of your current habits. For a week or so, try to notice what you do automatically throughout your day. What do you do first thing in the morning? How do you approach your work tasks? What do you do when you're stressed? Just noticing these patterns can be eye-opening. Next, identify which habits are serving you well and which ones might be holding you back. Be honest with yourself, but also be kind. Remember, these habits develop for a reason, even if they're no longer helpful. Then, start small. Choose one habit you'd like to change or one new habit you'd like to develop. Make it something small and achievable. Want to start a meditation practice? Begin with just 1 minute a day. Want to eat healthier? Start by adding 1 serving of vegetables to your daily diet. Use the power of environment to support your new habits. If you want to read more, leave a book on your bedside table. If you want to exercise in the morning, lay out your workout clothes the night before. Make it as easy as possible to do the thing you want to do. Remember that consistency is key. It's better to meditate for 1 minute every day than for an hour once a month. Small, consistent actions are what create lasting change. Be patient with yourself. Forming new habits takes time. You might slip up sometimes, and that's okay. Just get back on track as soon as you can. Finally, celebrate your successes, no matter how small. Did you stick to your new habit for a week? Celebrate. Did you notice a positive change from your new habit? Celebrate. Acknowledging your progress helps reinforce the new habit and motivates you to keep going. As you work on your habits, you're literally reshaping your personality and your reality, one small action at a time. You're choosing who you want to be and how you want to live, rather than just going through life on autopilot. Remember, every big change starts with small steps. By focusing on your daily habits and actions, you're taking control of those small steps. And over time, those small steps will lead you to a reality that truly reflects who you want to be. Your habits and daily actions are the building blocks of your life. By becoming more aware of them and consciously choosing habits that align with your goals and values, you're actively creating a reality that feels authentic and fulfilling to you. It's not always easy, but it's incredibly powerful. And the best part? You can start right now with the very next choice you make. Let's talk about something that ties everything we've discussed so far together: awareness. Awareness is like your inner compass, guiding you through the landscape of your personality and helping you navigate the creation of your reality. It's the spotlight that illuminates the hidden corners of your mind, revealing the beliefs, emotions, and habits that are shaping your world. Think of awareness as waking up in a room you've been sleeping in for years. Suddenly, you start noticing things you've never seen before. That painting on the wall that's been there all along, the way the light falls across the floor, the subtle creaks and sounds of the house. In the same way, Developing awareness allows you to notice aspects of your personality and your life that you've been overlooking. Awareness is the first step in any kind of personal growth or change. Without it, we're like ships drifting on autopilot, guided by unconscious patterns and reactions. But with awareness, we become active participants in our journey, able to steer our course and navigate around obstacles. So how do we develop this crucial skill of self-awareness? It's not about analyzing yourself constantly or overthinking every little thing. Instead, it's about cultivating a gentle, curious attention to your inner world and your interactions with the outer world. One powerful way to increase self-awareness is through mindfulness practices. This could be formal meditation, where you sit quietly and observe your thoughts and feelings. Or it could be more informal, like taking a few mindful breaths throughout your day, or really paying attention to the sensations as you wash the dishes or take a walk. Another effective technique is journaling. Writing down your thoughts, feelings, and experiences can help you spot patterns and gain insights that might not be obvious in the swirl of daily life. You might try ending each day by jotting down 3 things that happened and how you felt about them. Over time, you'll start to see trends in your reactions and behaviors. Feedback from others can also be a valuable tool for increasing self-awareness. Sometimes others can see things about us that we can't see ourselves. This doesn't mean you should base your self-image entirely on what others think, but consider asking trusted friends or family members for honest, kind feedback about how they perceive you. As you develop greater awareness, you might notice things about yourself that surprise you. Maybe you realize that you have a tendency to interrupt others when they're speaking, or that you often assume the worst in situations. These realizations might be uncomfortable at first, but remember, awareness is not about judgment. It's about understanding. The goal isn't to criticize yourself for what you discover, but to approach yourself with curiosity and compassion. Each new bit of self-knowledge is a tool you can use to shape your reality more consciously. Awareness also extends to the world around you. As you become more tuned into yourself, you'll likely find that you become more observant of your environment and the people in it. You might start noticing opportunities you would have missed before, or picking up on subtle cues in your interactions with others. This heightened awareness can lead to a sense of being more fully alive, more present in each moment. It's like switching from watching life in black and white to seeing it in full, vibrant color. And from this place of greater awareness, you're better equipped to make choices that align with who you want to be and the reality you want to create. Remember, developing awareness is a lifelong journey. There's always more to discover about yourself and the world around you. Embrace this journey with open-hearted curiosity and watch as your understanding of yourself and your ability to shape your reality grows and deepens over time. Now that we've explored how your personality creates your personal reality and delved into the various aspects of this process, you might be wondering, okay, so how do I actually start making changes? That's what we're going to talk about now. Let's look at some practical steps you can take to begin actively shaping your reality in positive ways. Set clear intentions. The first step in creating any change is deciding what you want. Take some time to reflect on what your ideal reality looks like. What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of life do you want to live? Be as specific as you can. Write these intentions down and revisit them regularly. This gives your mind a clear target to work towards. Challenge your beliefs. Remember how we talked about beliefs shaping your reality? Start paying attention to your self-talk and the assumptions you make about yourself and the world. When you notice a limiting belief, challenge it. Ask yourself, is this really true? What evidence do I have for and against this belief? What would be a more empowering way to look at this? Gradually, you can start replacing limiting beliefs with more supportive ones. Practice emotional awareness. Start checking in with your emotions regularly. You might set reminders on your phone to pause a few times a day and ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? Don't judge the emotions, just notice them. Over time, you'll get better at recognizing and understanding your emotional states, which is the first step in managing them effectively. Cultivate positive emotions. While it's important to accept all your emotions, you can also deliberately cultivate positive emotional states. Practice gratitude by noting 3 things you're thankful for each day. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Celebrate your successes, no matter how small. Remember, the emotions you experience frequently become your emotional home base, influencing how you perceive and interact with the world. Develop supportive habits. Choose one small habit you'd like to develop that aligns with your ideal reality. Maybe it's reading for 10 minutes each day, or doing 5 minutes of stretching, or writing down one thing you're proud of before bed. Start small and focus on consistency. As this habit becomes automatic, you can add another one. Practice mindfulness. Set aside a few minutes each day for mindfulness practice. This could be formal meditation, or simply taking a few mindful breaths. This helps develop your awareness, which is crucial for making conscious choices about your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Surround yourself with positivity. Your environment plays a big role in shaping your reality. Seek out positive influences, whether that's uplifting books, inspiring podcasts, or supportive friends. Limit your exposure to negative influences as much as possible. Take inspired action. While internal work is crucial, it's also important to take action in the physical world. Look for opportunities to act in ways that align with your ideal reality. This might mean stepping out of your comfort zone sometimes, but each action you take helps reinforce your new way of being. Practice self-compassion. Change isn't always easy, and you might have setbacks along the way. When this happens, treat yourself with kindness. Speak to yourself as you would to a good friend. Remember, personal growth is a journey, not a destination. Reflect and adjust. Regularly take time to reflect on your progress. What's working well? What's not working? Be willing to adjust your approach as needed. Flexibility is key in creating lasting change. Remember, you don't have to do all of these at once. Start with one or two that resonate with you the most. As these become more natural, you can add more. The key is consistent, small steps in the direction of your ideal reality. As you implement these steps, you'll likely start noticing changes in your life. Maybe you'll feel more confident or find yourself handling stress better. Perhaps you'll start attracting more positive people and opportunities. These changes might be subtle at first, but over time, they can lead to significant shifts in your personal reality. As we wrap up our exploration of how your personality creates your personal reality, let's take a moment to reflect on the incredible journey we've been on. We've delved into the depths of beliefs and their power to shape our world. We've navigated the colorful landscape of emotions and how they influence our experiences. We've examined the subtle yet powerful impact of our daily habits and actions. And we've illuminated the crucial role of awareness in guiding our personal growth. Through all of this, one truth stands out. You have more power than you might have realized to shape your reality. Your personality isn't just a fixed set of traits you're born with. It's a dynamic, evolving aspect of who you are, and you have the ability to consciously participate in its development. This doesn't mean that external circumstances don't matter, or that you can control everything that happens to you. Life will always have its ups and downs, its challenges and surprises. But what you can control is how you respond to these circumstances, and that response is what ultimately shapes your reality. Remember, this is a journey, not a destination. There's no perfect endpoint where your personality is finished and your reality is exactly as you want it. Instead, it's an ongoing process of growth, learning, and evolution. Some days you'll feel like you're making great progress, and other days might feel like you're taking steps backward. That's all part of the process. The key is to approach this journey with patience, persistence, and self-compassion. Celebrate your successes, learn from your setbacks, and always keep moving forward. Every small step you take towards aligning your personality with your desired reality is a victory worth acknowledging. As you continue on this path, you might find that your goals and desires shift. What you thought you wanted at the beginning of this journey might change as you grow and evolve. That's perfectly normal and even desirable. It means you're expanding your understanding of yourself and what's possible for you. Remember, too, that while this journey is deeply personal, you're not alone on it. We're all engaged in this process of shaping our realities through our personalities, whether we're conscious of it or not. By becoming more aware and intentional about this process, you're joining a community of individuals committed to personal growth and positive change. So, As you move forward from here, carry with you the understanding that your personality is the paintbrush with which you color your reality. Your beliefs are the palette of colors available to you. Your emotions are the textures and shades that bring depth to your creation. Your habits and actions are the individual brushstrokes that, over time, create the masterpiece of your life. And you, with your growing awareness and intentionality, are the artist. You have the power to create a reality that reflects your truest, most authentic self. It won't always be easy, and the painting might not always look exactly as you imagined, but it will be uniquely, beautifully yours. So pick up that paintbrush, choose your colors carefully, and start creating the reality you truly desire, one brushstroke at a time. Your masterpiece awaits.